Hey, this is Chris with Wholesaling Houses for Beginners, coming to you today with the top 5 adjustments that I have been making within my investment business in lieu of this COVID-19 pandemic. Now, before we start, hey, if you would hit the like button if you like this content, and please subscribe. Really trying to grow this channel. Would love to bring you guys some more in-depth content as well and show you guys how we're wholesaling, how we're flipping, how we're raising private money, how we're rehabbing, all those types of things. So go ahead and like it, subscribe, and if you like this content, share it as well. So here's those top 5 tips. Number one thing that we've been doing, or I've been doing within my business, and I actually started months ago and definitely come in handy today, that is I have been reducing my expenses. So reducing a lot of the fluff, a lot of subscriptions that I don't need, really going from a few $1,000s a month and really all these auto debit, CRMs or whatever I'm doing, reduce that down to really just a few $100s a month in overhead, aside from an office and internet and cell phone and all that, but just, random subscriptions. If you're in real estate, there's so many tools available to you. A lot of them are great, and a lot of them, they just require a lot of time as well. So I've been able to cut out the things that haven't produced for me within my business. And really, like I said, going from $3,000 or $4,000 a month in subscriptions down to just a few hundred, it has been phenomenal. Even cutting out expensive CRMs and just going back to the basics has been really good. And like I said, started that journey several months ago. And so coming into this time where things are a little slow, it's been phenomenal, really, not having huge expenses. So the second thing I'm doing right now, at least within my wholesale business, is I am increasing my cash buyers list. So every day I'm talking to potential cash buyers, potential flippers, landlords, hopefully more so those buy and hold investors. They're really going to come in handy right now. And so why I've been doing that is a lot of my regular buyers that I've worked with for years, they're backing off, right? They're either telling me, hey, they're going to wait a few months, see where the economy goes before putting out more money, or they've now reduced their buying criteria, right? So for those people that were buying at 70, 75% of ARV, they might be looking at 50, 60% ARV, which is affecting my ability to move deals to them. So for me, adding those new cash buyers to my list every day, right? Those are people who are out looking for deals, right? They might be looking for a 15, 20% discount. Those are the kind of buyers that I want to fill my pipeline with, so that when I get a deal, I can send to them and we can put a good deal together. And it's really helping. So, and even aligned with that is the number 3 thing I'm doing, which is I am going back and I'm doing a lot of following up, right? So for those people that didn't want to take my offer several months ago, a year ago, I've been staying on top of them, right? They might be ready now, or even maybe in a few months when we're kind of a little bit more into this new economy, into this new market. I want to be on top of the mind of those sellers when they decide that it's time for them to sell. So I'm following up, and that cuts down on not needing more marketing expenses, because my lead pipeline already has several thousand potential sellers that I've talked to, that now I can go back and continue those conversations without having to put up more money. And the 4th thing I'm doing right now, as far as new leads, I am pursuing vacant properties, right? And why vacant? Really because it's not producing an income. They still have things like property taxes, maintenance, insurance, and with the talks of potential rent forbearance, rent memorandums, or however you say it, someone who has a vacant property and might be considering renting it out, they might be facing the reality that they could go 6 months, 12 months, a year and a half without getting any kind of rent. If a tenant moved in there, right? So that can be a really good prospect for someone who's just ready to cash out, even in lieu of a potential market drop, an economic decline or something like that, right? These people with vacant properties, they have a lot of equity and cash built up in that property that they could capitalize on right now. So pursuing vacant properties has been great for me within my business, and it's something I'm expanding on. And of course, there's multiple sources that you can get vacant properties. I personally use PropStream. I look up properties that are vacant. I drive for dollars. I put them in my list, skip trace them, and then call them, mail them, text them. Any way I can get it in front of them, that's what I do. So last but definitely not least, number 5 is I am utilizing my license, my real estate license. So obviously not everyone can do that because not everyone is licensed. Some people don't want to mix the two businesses, and I completely understand that. I generally don't mix the two businesses, but as a real estate entrepreneur, I love having multiple tools in my belt to be able to help homeowners. And I know for a lot of people, the quick cash offer doesn't work, whether I'm looking to wholesale a property or fix and flip it or turn it into a rental. That low quick cash offer might not work for them, and especially if they're not in a distressed situation. So having a license, being able to bring in that other option, it's a great way to bring in a secondary income. And even in this time where my wholesaling business has slowed down a little bit, I've had people reach out to me wanting to sell their homes, list it, people who want to buy their first home. So now we're looking at, going in and representing them as their agent. It can be an awesome way to create a secondary flow of revenue. And so that's something that I'm now expanding on, and I'm looking at ways of how to combine the two as far as either giving people a cash offer or a list price, or even do what's called a fix and list, where I can bring in my contractors, fix up their house, and then list it at top of market value. So those are really the top 5 things that I've focused on right now in adjusting my business, growing my business in lieu of this COVID-19 pandemic, in lieu of a possible recession. And hey, again, my name is Chris. If you like this video, please like, subscribe. Hey, go ahead, drop a comment. Let me know what are things that you are doing within your business to adjust in this time. And if you have any questions, please let me know as well. Thanks for watching. Until next time.